You're listening to Mad Radio. Mad Radio. Mad Radio. Make a difference.
Quick, me lads! Hoist the rigging! Aye, Captain! Splice the main brace! Batten down the hatches! Aye, Captain! I'm going below deck to get the show started. And now, the man responsible for sabotaging the SS Minnow. It's Gilligan's greasy goon himself, Brandon McCarty.
Well, thank you, Petey. Hey, welcome in, all you scallywags, you swashbucklers, landlubbers, hornswogglers, and salty dogs to the Peg Leg Podcast, a show where we delve into the lives of fellow pirates and learn a bit more about the unsung heroes among us all. Arr! This week, we travel to the Outreach and Community Partnerships Department to speak with an individual who is a first-generation high school graduate, college graduate, and currently she's finishing up her master's in education, counseling. My gosh, is it 2, 3? We're gonna find out. She's married with 2 daughters, Haley, 21, and Natalie, 15, and she has a fur baby, a brooder.
Yes, a brooder. That is German for brother.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. It's an 11-year-old English Mastiff. We'll find out some more about that, too. When not working, she likes to spend time at the gym and with family. She enjoys swimming, cooking, gardening, and she loves the beach. She's been with YCCD since 2010. She started out in financial aid from 2010 to 2015. She was a program specialist from 2015 to 2022. And now, folks, she is the director for the Outreach and Community Partnerships Department. Please welcome to the poop deck, Kristina Bethel.
Hey, Brandon. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
Yes. It only took forever to get you here.
Very busy woman.
Very
busy woman.
Oh, my gosh. Well, hey, let's not even take up any more of your time. How did you find your way to MJC?
Well, finding my way to MJC was a long and beautiful battle. I am personally a first generation, not only high school graduate, but college graduate as well. I have parents who are entrepreneurs, and neither one of them have high school diplomas, but they had an extremely successful business all for 21 years. It's here in Modesto, or it was here in Modesto. It was called Sunflower Bakery LA Deli, and my dad was the founder and owner with my mother. And
that was on coffee, right?
It was on coffee, yes.
Oh, coffee in Stanford.
Yep.
Yes.
It started in Angelo's Market on McHenry.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so it was a progression. I worked there during high school. I think I actually worked there as a little one, but not legally, of course, and wasn't doing much work either. But yeah, and so I always knew that I wanted to be in education. Ever since 4th grade, I had a 4th grade teacher that I absolutely adored. Her name was Miss Boblet from Sherwood Elementary School here in Modesto.
Okay.
And my dad asked me when he was ready to retire, "Do you want this business?" And I was like, "Nope." And I knew I had to go to school. And so the first college I went to, or the first college I thought of, was Modesto Junior College. Tried to start right out of high school. Extremely unsuccessful, I'll be quite honest. I also wanted to move out and be very self-sufficient, and those two things didn't work out together.
Hey, listen, I don't think I've said this before, but I was academically dismissed from the college.
Okay, that didn't happen to me.
Well, you can't feel bad now.
Yeah, and so when I finally decided to take my academics seriously, I, of course, enrolled at MJC, had wonderful programs such as EOP&S that fully supported me, financial aid, and I was able to graduate within 2 years. And I guess that's how I did a full circle back to MJC. Is the EOPS department was incredibly wonderful and supported me. I was a mom. I worked, and I was a first generation college student. I had no idea what to do. And so I wanted to give back to the community that gave so much to me. And that was MJC, and I love this institution.
That's awesome. We've had several stories where people have returned to go in to give back, and that's wonderful. So where did you grow up then?
I grew up in Modesto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, yeah, the Sunflower Bakery.
Born and raised in Modesto. I actually have a wonderful childhood story. We lived on Londonderry Court in Modesto off of Rumble, and this was a court that lit up every Christmas. We would come out, we would be fully costumed, snowmen, reindeer. We handed out hot cocoa to everybody. It was such a wonderful area to grow up in, just a really tight-knit community. And we could walk down to our school. I don't know if people walk to school anymore, but back in the 80s, now I'm dating myself, we walked to school. And so, yeah, I love Modesto. I currently reside in Riverbank, which is right outside of Modesto, but wonderful experience. And so I went to Sherwood Elementary School. I went to Ustack Junior High. I went to Davis High School. Where I was a competitive cheerleader. I traveled to Florida, and I was on ESPN for nationals. I also traveled to Hawaii, and I was in the Hula Bowl halftime as well. So I love Modesto.
Whoa. What are some of your hobbies outside of work? I know you talked about cooking and gardening. Tell us a little bit about those.
Okay. Gardening is probably my number one hobby.
Are we talking all year long? You have things that are growing, or
not really towards like November, December. Although my jalapenos were doing good, but I'm starting to replant. My husband for our anniversary was kind enough to get me new soil, and he's built me garden beds. And I love to grow everything from zucchini, bell peppers, jalapenos, different kinds of tomatoes, broccoli, cauliflower. And the list goes on. And I have a wonderful little nephew named Jameson who loves to come over and help harvest. So
now, is it true that with jalapenos that you water them and then you don't water them for like a week, and then you water them again? I heard this recently to make them hotter or something.
Oh, I don't know. My husband set up the irrigation system. So
It's just you just walk away
I'm a
and let it do its
spoiled
thing.
gardener. Yeah. I used to have to go out and like switch off the garden hose every 15 minutes. And like a year ago, he made it so I didn't have to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said cooking as well. What are some of the things that you like to cook?
I like to go outside of the box. I like to cook a lot of different Mexican foods. So I like to make homemade chile relleno, including the sauce, homemade enchiladas, including the sauce, a lot of different Italian foods, everything from scratch. I don't like to buy packaged foods. Unfortunately, I just found out I think it was about July, that I am gluten intolerant. So that has really posed some fun challenges for myself, but I'm still able to utilize my desire for cooking and make really good food. And my family doesn't even know I'm not using gluten, so it's really nice.
Ooh. Sounds like you've stepped up your game then. What is something that you pride yourself in?
I would say communication and transparency. Honesty, integrity are so important to me. From even, I don't know, I want to say like 15 years old, I knew that there was a couple things I really didn't like, and that was people who lied and who still, and even to this day, it's something that is very passionate to me.
Just a hot button.
A little bit.
You know what? It's probably it's growing up in this town. I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of was a small town, I guess you could say. What motivates you?
My family. Not only my immediate family, but my extended family. As I had mentioned, I'm a first-generation high school student. My mom has 5 brothers and sisters where none of them graduated from high school. Nobody has attended college, and so I wasn't the oldest, so it's not like, oh, okay, here you are. You're the oldest child. You need to step up and you need to make a change. There was something inside of me that was instilled either with my family, with my religion, and people who just have affected my life, that I knew I could do something more and be a part of something more.
What do you like about the MJC community as a whole?
So the reason why I wanted to work at MJC is my mother-in-law worked for MJC for over 20 years, and it was a family community. Her colleagues were her family. I remember being a part of many Christmas dinners over her house where she would have hundreds of people come in and out in an open house. And there were people who worked together, who had the same desire to help students, who had the same desire to help the community. And that is what drew me to MJC. What I love about MJC is how we continue to strive to get back to that vision, how we want to be the community's college. And I know that's a little hashtag right now there, but it's true. I believe that a lot of us want that back, where we just want to be friends, we want to be a family, we want to help each other, we want to help the community. And yeah, that's what you're saying. Did I answer the question?
You did. Did
Okay.
you? Hey, all of you listeners out there, did you hear that? That's exactly why we're doing what we are doing here with this podcast. It's all about getting back to where we need to be. And just on a side note, it was Amy Bethel that she was talking about.
Yes.
And I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that know exactly who that is.
Mm-hmm.
And what a treat it was to just talk to her. I remember doing that on several occasions.
Yeah, a wonderful, beautiful, amazing woman.
Well, I'm going to ask you about food. And you're going to have to come up with some. And so I didn't know that you had found this out, but so maybe it'll be interesting to hear your responses on this. But where are some of your favorite places to eat?
Okay, favorite places to eat. So let's start with Modesto. I love a good crab toss salad from Harvest Moon. Galetto's has amazing filet mignon. Then let's go to Riverbank. La Paria is in Riverbank, Modesto. I think 2 Modesto and 1 in Riverbank, but amazing Mexican food. And then Papa Pablo's is Mediterranean food in Modesto. So those are my favorite places to eat.
I love their hummus there.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. It is so good. Tell us a funny story or experience that you've had, either personally or professionally.
Okay, so I'm going to say a personal story.
Okay.
This was back in junior high school when I went to Hawaii to perform in the halftime hula bowl. And my family made it a family vacation. So wonderful. We'll all go have this wonderful time. We spent a week in Honolulu for the hula bowl, and then we decided to take a week vacation in Maui. And I know, spoiled, right? And so we go to Maui, and it's my family, just my parents. They had my aunt go to babysit us so they could have fun, and it was me and my older brother. I went in to take a shower and could not get out of the bathroom. So after my shower, I tried to open the door, and it wouldn't open. Banging on the door, trying. Back then, we didn't really use cell phones all the time, or maybe we had pagers. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
So probably an hour later, the firemen showed up and had to break open the door to let me out of the bathroom. And meanwhile, I'm in a towel and I'm, young, and it was so embarrassing. I was mortified. But at the same time, that's hilarious. Who does that happen to? So good story, but I hope it never happens again. Now I'm very scared of confined spaces.
I was going to ask you if you had
No, elevators are a no for me.
Ooh.
Yes, I do not like elevators.
Even the big ones, the big elevators. The one in Pack.
Pack? Okay, no, because it shakes.
Oh,
the one in what is it called? The one in the Cat building. Oh, you never find me on that. That is scary.
Right.
Morris, scary.
Yes.
Student Center or Student Services building. Okay.
Founders is not bad. It's one of the newest ones.
Founders Hall?
Yeah. Not the old one in the middle, but the newest one. No?
I haven't been on it.
Oh, my gosh.
It's nice?
We're going to ride the elevator at some point over in Founders Hall. Just to take a look. I wanted to get back to another question. You talked about how much you love beaches. Where are some of your favorite places that you've been? Maybe this coast or on another coast?
Close by, we love Santa Cruz. That's somewhere we go. We don't go to like the popular beaches.
Okay.
I'm not going to say which beach we go to because my friend lives right down the street from it, and so that's how we know it's there. But I just love Santa Cruz. I love the atmosphere. I love listening to the birds, the waves. I love seeing the families with their animals. It's just wonderful. My husband and I went to Cancun, and that beach is amazing. The white sand, the turquoise water, never seen anything like it. I can't wait to go back.
And you've got a trip planned at some point, or?
Yes, in my head.
That's the best place to go. Who has been one of your biggest influences, either personally or professionally?
I'm going to start with professionally. Well, I guess personally, it would be my mother-in-law who worked at MJC. Just who she is and everything she's attributed is amazing, and she was a huge factor in having me go to school or having me have the desire to go back to school and continuing. Also professionally, I'll say my previous leadership, Florida Arias. She was amazing, very inspiring. She had a vision, and it was amazing. Personally, again, I'll go with my grandpa, who has always aspired me to be humble and kind. And, he's the one that took me to church every Sunday and every Wednesday night. And I love him to death. And yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. If you had a free plane ticket to anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Ay. So I can tell you where my daughter would go. She would go to South Korea because she loves everything about South Korea, the food, the culture, the living, the style, everything. For myself, Iceland.
Ooh,
Iceland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go camping on Iceland. That would be amazing. Canada, beautiful.
The Northern Lights.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome to see those.
So I guess I don't have one plane ticket. I need many.
Yeah, you and me both. If you only had 3 musical albums that you could listen to for the rest of your life, what would they be and why?
All right. So 3 albums. This is hard because I absolutely love music, and I'll be honest with you, I listen to Pandora, and so I really don't even know who I'm listening to at what given time. So
I thought you were going to say Pantera, and then you said Pandora.
So I'm putting it out there. I'm being very transparent about it, but I will say that my music is based on my mood, and so I have a very chill song selection. I have a very lovey song selection, and then of course the maybe angry or just not putting up with things selection. So
you just need to get it out.
Yes. Sometimes you just need to roll up your windows and scream. So for my chill, I would say it's Alt J. This is All Yours. My lovey selection is Adele, and it would be the complete collection. She's my favorite.
This ain't last. I know this is last.
And my angry or my just letting it all go would be Big Sean, Dark Sky.
I got a million trillion things I'd rather do.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting choices. All right. Well, do you have any parting words of encouragement for us?
I'm just so excited to be here. I thank you so much for providing this opportunity for us to come on here and tell our story of why MJC is so great and why this community is so great. Without this platform, a lot of these words of just kindness and giving would not be put out there. So I wish this community and this world the best. I know these are like huge parting words, but yeah, I have lots of love for our community. So,
Kristina, thank you so much for coming onto the show, for showing up. Actually, you were like the the fish that nobody could catch almost. So I'm glad that you were able to carve some time out of your busy schedule to be here.
of course, and with that being said, that is because I'm newly management and I'm also pursuing a master's degree. And I hope that everybody out there who has that desire, or maybe those of you who never thought it was possible to graduate high school or go to college whatsoever, I was in the same boat, and I am 2 classes shy of getting my master's in education and counseling, and I have a wonderful position at Modesto Junior College as a director. So all things are possible, and I wish everybody the best. And again, I thank you so much, Brandon.
Well, the winds are picking up and the barnacles are collecting on the bow. Time for us to set sail, me hearties. This episode was brought to you by Smokey and the Bandit. Produced by, yeah, it's me. Edited by that colorful cousin of the seagulls, Patchy the Parrot. And music by the B-53s. Hey, we are running out of guests. I know it's ridiculous, right? So you have to talk to your coworkers. I would love to interview anyone, everyone. Obviously, that's exactly what we're trying to do here. So spread the word, and you can always contact me at peglegpodcast@gmail.com. And as always, remember, keep your booty close and your sword sharp, lest you find yourself swabbing the deck on the bottom of Davy Jones's locker. Until we meet again.